Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today on Color Combos with Crystal, we are kind of going fall. We're rogue here, doing some ombre on craft colors. And I love this color combination because yeah, it's very fall, yet I feel like it's not too early. And then we have another sentiment from a different stamp set just released as well. So for this, we're using the August Sentiment Kit Hearts of Autumn that I have stamped and colored. And then the sentiment Hello is from Beautiful Like That, also a brand new release for August, and you need 2 pieces of cardstock. I have this green foil and a craft, and I just really wanted to do some ink blending with the stencil. I'm all about stencils this month, and I am loving all the different things you can do. You're gonna need 4 colors of Distressed Oxide, Spiced Marmalade, Shabby Shutters, Fired Brick, and Scattered Straw. And these are just colors that I felt were really similar to what we had colored our Copic images. All right, so we're going to begin by placing our stencil onto that card base and, that card panel. And we're going to use some washi tape, and I love using cheap washi tape for this purpose just because it's not very sticky and it won't tear up the cardstock. So my stencil is ready to go, and I'm just super excited to show you how we're going to ombre. We're going to begin with Spiced Marmalade, which is this beautiful orangey. It's not too bright. I really like it, and it's going to not overpower that craft cardstock. And I feel that craft cardstock really gives it a fall look. So when I'm creating cards, I like to think about the color palette, of course, and then I color with Copics, and I usually have enough inks that I can make it work. So I don't have a ton of Copics, so I feel like, you know what, we'll work with the Copics and then we'll figure out the rest. We're gonna bring in the Shabby Shutters. This is a very like muted pastel green, kind of like a pastel olivey green, and we're gonna add that and just blend it up onto that orange. And so not a ton of blending, and as you can see, I am not doing circular motions because I do not want to lift that stencil. I want to just add the color. We're going to move on to Distressed Oxide in Scattered Straw. And so another thing I wanted to say is that you don't have to use Distressed Oxide. You have Distressed inks, that works just fine. As long as you got some sort of a creamy type of color, it works really well. So we're going to add those colors, add that ink onto that cardstock. And yellow is a little tricky. You're going to have to add a couple layers just to really get it going. And then we're going to bring in our last color, Fired Brick, which is a muted red, brownie red, if that makes any sense. And again, we're going to add this color following the lines of the stencil, and try not to do any circular motions. I found that it lifted my stencil. And you know what, as I'm adding this, I'm thinking, man, I really need to add some more of this Fired Brick red onto different parts of the card and really blend these in, because I didn't want it to look like I kind of just gave up. So my yellow didn't really mix well with the red. It was too overpowering, so I'm bringing back that orange or the Spiced Marmalade and adding more of that. We're going to remove the stencil, and let me show you what we got going on here. So here we go. Here's the ombre. It's going to pair really lovely with that stamped image that we have colored with Copics. So I'm going to turn this around, and if you're kind of hesitant about getting this thing inky, bring in your heat embossing gun and just seal that Distressed Oxide. So we're going to put it down so you can kind of see that second generation stamping on my surface because it wasn't completely dry. But for the purpose of the video, I did not do the heat setting on it. So we were going to place it onto that foil, and this foil is from Tim Holtz. We're going to remove the backers off of my adhesive, my foam adhesive on the back. And then we're going to place it off to the left, not very centered at all. And there you have it. Now for our embellishment, I really wanted to add a little more glitter. I have these Amy Tangerine little buttons, like epoxy buttons, and the colors are incredible, and they really match really well my card. And honestly, totally by accident, I did not plan to do this. I was like, oh, you know, we need to add something glittery, and so I'm really happy. And I really love epoxy buttons or epoxy circles or dots, because you can move them as opposed to using Nouveau drops or any other liquid embellishment. We're going to add that lime green one there at the end, And that does it for this card. And guys, thank you so much for joining me today. All the products are going to be linked below. You want to get detailed written instructions, hop on over to the Unity Stamp Company blog. And when you're all done with that, come on back. And if you liked this video, please give it a like, a comment, a share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's more videos, more inspiration coming your way. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.